So, what do you know about Tibet? Oh, this is the other side of the... Now you see the whole... yeah, okay, here we go. So, what do you know about Tibet? What imaginations do you have when you hear Tibet? Snow mountains? Or Potala Palace? Or monks and monasteries? The funny thing is, when I Google about Tibet, this came to me. And I understand that Estonians have a big passion and love towards Tibetan dogs. But in Tibet, we have yaks too. And yaks are more highly respected than the dogs because they're called the boat of life. We survive on the plateau, offered everything by the yaks. But of course, we have many other important things. So this is a Thangka painting of the most famous female Buddha in Tibetan Buddhism. She is Tara in Sanskrit, and we call her Drolma in Tibetan. Drol means to liberate, Ma, female. So Drolma means female liberator. With such understanding towards woman, female, then we're taught since young not to create any negative views or impure visions towards our mothers. Plus, in Tibet, it's very common that for mothers to breastfeed their children up to 2, 3, even sometimes 4 years. This deep physical connection helps children to build up a divine relation with their mothers. So all mothers are considered as Tara. But I never imagined that hatred and inharmony can exist between a child and a mother until I came to the West about 3 years ago. The thing is, in the West, the modern education is kind of over-commercialized. It has so many standards or rules for children to standardize their behaviors. And plus, the parents follow all these so-called science-proved education methods of do's and don'ts for their children, and children feel suppressed and disconnected. And many of the times when they grow up, they feel difficulties of loving their parents in return because they are traumatized. On the other side, parents believe they have done everything they could for their children. But that's also beginning of the problem. How can parents decide how much love their children needs? Of course, parents can decide how much chocolate their children needs to eat, but the individual needs of love is so different. We can only find out that extent by loving our children unconditionally. So during the 8th century, our Tibetan king invited a powerful Buddhist master from India, Guru Rinpoche. And he's also known as the Lotus-born. And he came to Tibet and established 2 main traditions in order to offer the people the opportunity of practicing compassion and wisdom. Very essential teachings of Buddhism and very key point of bringing harmony into the family and society. So what exactly compassion is? It's such a popular word nowadays. From the Buddhist view, there are 2 meanings and 2 aspects of compassion. By understanding them in details helps us on how to deliver them in daily life. So meaning number 1 is compassion itself. It represents a limited capacity of loving kindness that everyone has. And meaning number 2, enlightenment. Enlightenment is based on the limited capacity of loving kindness that all of us have. And through Buddhist trainings, we're able to extend that limited capacity up to an unlimited level, just like the infinite universe. Aspect number 1 is to keep a positive thinking no matter what happens to our lives. Especially when we are the victims of certain situations, our best self-protection would be keeping a positive thinking towards ourselves and then others. And aspect number 2 is positive action. So imagine if we can train our mind to keep positively, even in tough situations, then it will be very natural for us to act and react positively. Then again, we believe that compassion is not perfect without developing wisdom. But what is wisdom? Is it the information that we're receiving everyday life? Wisdom means